Good morning, everyone, and welcome. This is the Wellness Symposium at the Arabian Travel Market, and my name is Susie Ellis. We have partnered with ATM for 3 years now, and we always do something a little bit different each year. And this year, we are going to be talking about medical tourism and wellness tourism, understanding the opportunities. So, we're here to, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'm going to introduce the panel. I live in Miami, Florida, and I head up the Global Wellness Institute, which is a nonprofit that does research in the wellness arena. If you've seen any wellness tourism numbers, they're probably from the Institute. And I also head up the Wellness Summit, Global Wellness Summit, that's going to be in Hong Kong in October. So I assume most of you are in the travel world, and you probably know that wellness and health is a big topic for every traveler these days. And so we're going to explore a little bit more about that. So here's what our day is going to look like. I know you can't read that all that well, but each of the people here on the panel are experts in either medical tourism or wellness tourism or a combination of both. And so you're going to get a lot of great information. And what we try and do is we do this very quickly. Each person speaks for about 15 minutes. They have some slides, we can do some questions. At the end, we'll have a panel discussion. And if you're interested in the PowerPoint slides, just bring me your card sometime or after the session, and I'll just send it to you if I get everyone's okay. So we'll do that. And at the very end, we have a special meditation session that we've planned just for 7 minutes. So we'll have a little experience of wellness also. So let's go ahead and begin. And I'm going to do the first presentation, which is about 15 minutes. And the topic is the latest research, the latest trends in medical tourism and wellness tourism. So these pictures, 2 pictures, I think communicate the distinction. You see on the left there's traveling in a plane, which indicates that medical tourism is crossing borders. And on the right, you see a picture of a yoga class, which is a little bit more in the wellness camp. So you're going to hear from most everyone here their definition of wellness tourism, medical tourism, and health tourism. And you'll see, and that's one of the topics here, is that this is an evolving area. And what's interesting now is what's happening is there is a coming together. And I think the Dubai Health Authority has a very good position where they look at health tourism as having both medical and wellness. So from the Wellness Institute's point of view, just a couple of things that describe medical tourism are here. Cure, using the word patients, advanced degrees of the people who are part of it, expertise, quite a bit of rules and regulations, authoritarian facilitators, and so on. On the wellness side, we talk a little bit more about prevention. We say guests rather than patients, certifications rather than the advanced degrees. It's experience-oriented, collaborative, and we work with travel agents. But that's something we're going to talk a little bit about that's changing. So this is the definition from the Wellness Institute. A medical traveler is someone who crosses international borders for the purpose of receiving medical care. And wellness tourism is associated with the pursuit of maintaining or enhancing one's personal well-being. And one thing we introduced about 5 years ago, And as a travel expert, it's helpful to know this is a distinction between a primary wellness traveler and a secondary. The primary wellness traveler is someone who is going specifically for their wellness experience. So, in other words, they're going to a Shiva Sam or perhaps the retreat here in Dubai or Canyon Ranch, Lanzerhof, places like that. Uh, a secondary wellness traveler is someone who is going on a trip, but while they're on their trip, they're availing themselves of wellness. Which of those groups do you think is the largest? The secondary or the primary wellness traveler? Anyone want to guess? Yes, the secondary wellness traveler is by far the largest group. It's 87%, whereas the other is about 13%. So international and domestic, the difference there is crossing borders or internally. And one thing interesting about wellness travel is there's a lot of domestic wellness tourism, especially in Germany. And I think that Yasser will talk a little bit about that. And then health tourism, one definition that I kind of like that fits into today's discussion is the practice of traveling to a tourist destination with the main purpose of receiving some therapeutic treatment. Could be medical, could be wellness. Okay. And as I mentioned already, the primary wellness traveler, the sole purpose is wellness. The secondary is maintaining wellness while doing something else when they're traveling. And as I mentioned, that there's more people going as secondary wellness travelers, you can also see that domestic is a large market, whereas the international is about 35%. Domestic is about 65%. Just a few statistics looking at medical travel for international and wellness travel for international. Crossing borders at this point, and I will say that the numbers out there are a little bit all over the place. I would say more for the medical than the wellness, because the wellness numbers have been studied by the same group for the last 10 years. But estimated that crossing borders for medical travel is about 22 million, and wellness travel international is about 290 million. Now, the average spend is much larger on medical travel, 3,410, and some people are estimating it much higher than that, and wellness travel less than half of that. The growth rate is also very high for medical travel and actually also high for wellness travel, but you can see it's higher for medical. And the market size, 76 billion for medical and 223 billion for wellness. A couple of I just will read very quickly some medical tourism trends. These are from Joseph Woodman from, he's founder of Patients Beyond Borders. Some of you may know him. I spoke with him before I came. He was talking about how the clinical trust bar is being raised. People are having more trust in their medical travel. The rise of the OMA, online medical agencies, and he called it unassisted bookings. So that's kind of an interesting development. And he also mentioned that millennials, who are much more aware and technology savvy, are very comfortable doing research on their phones and then going ahead and booking, something we would not have probably seen 10 years ago. Health insurers are not coming to the rescue, so we're not waiting for health insurers to come in, which is why there's an opportunity, I think, in medical travel. So medical travel is seeing healthy growth. He also pointed out, as you'll see in wellness travel, there's growth from China, mental health, and dental is very popular in the medical space. Millennials are on the march. After all, they, as I mentioned, they do their research online easily. And then the whole issue of telemedicine and getting second opinions. So from Joseph, he was uh, very bullish on medical travel. The wellness tourism trends, these are trends from our organization, the Global Wellness Summit. Mental wellness is becoming very much something we are hearing from people who are traveling. It's because of the high stress level, and so they're needing and wanting help in the mental wellness space. We also are looking at the over tourism issue that you've probably heard talk about, where over tourism, people all going to the same location, and wellness is offering an alternative to that, more of a quiet, out of the way place. Prescribing nature, China uncovering the wealth in wellness, and then the new medical and wellness model of coming together. And then the four that I'm not going to go into, but I thought I'd just mention it because it's sort of interesting, is wellness and fashion coming together. It's way beyond athleisure. Meditation goes plural, not just one kind of meditation, but many kinds of meditation. Medicent, fragrance, is becoming very important and part of wellness. And nutrition, getting personalized. And then the last trend, which we unveil these in New York every year at our press event. And this last one has gotten the most press, and it's called Dying Well. So it's a great trend written by our researcher about how important it is to live well and therefore to die well. So death doulas and so on. A couple of photos very quickly. Mental wellness. This is in Bhutan, Six Senses. Meditation is booming. Arts and creativity. Sleep. CBD is a big discussion. Brain optimization, hacking, happiness, conversations, and programming. Mental wellness is a big deal. This is the Four Seasons in Chiang Mai. The wellness tackles the over-tourism. If you can't see this, that's the Mona Lisa in the picture with all those people and their cameras. And it's a good example of over-tourism. And the same thing here in Italy with all of those people on the bridge. And over-tourism is a real issue, and so wellness tourism is making an effort to offer a good alternative. This is an interesting trend. It's not just being in nature, but prescribing nature. And this, I'll be interested to hear when we hear from our medical people. Doctors prescribing nature, like this 30-minute walk outside twice a day. Prescribing nature here on the left. This is forest bathing with yoga. And on the right, that's the Alma retreat here in the UAE, very much out in the desert. China uncovering the wellness in the wealth and wellness, and you've probably heard the numbers in terms of China, which are huge. And the new wellness medical model, I wanted to point out one. This is in Switzerland at Birkenstock, and this is the Wald Hotel. It is staffed by doctors, and it has wellness as well as medical. It's quite a, it's on the top of the mountain, it's in the forest, it's quite an operation. And then this is going to be opening here in Dubai, somewhere I think on the Palm. It's Spa Life at the Corinthia. I believe it's opening in 2020. And they have a Spa Life program, which is integrative wellness and a little bit of medical. So that's going to happen here. And it's called, I'm not sure I'm saying it right, Maiden Beach, Dubai. Some of the numbers, UAE leads in terms of the Middle East and North Africa in terms of expenditures. Morocco is second. But interestingly, there are more people going to Morocco than coming to the UAE. But the spend is higher here. And the last slide here is just showing you the optimistic and very real revenue growth that we're seeing in MENA, the spa revenues, thermal mineral springs, and in wellness tourism in general. So with that, I thank you, and I get to introduce Linda. And let me just tell you a little bit about Linda. Let me find my cards. Well, actually, maybe I don't need my cards are over there. But I know Linda. She's with the Dubai Health Authority. And she has worked in strategic planning roles and as the head of healthcare facility regulations. And she is now started the medical tourism office at Dubai Health Authority, and it's now a consultant with health tourism at the health tourism department in DHA. I feel she's really a visionary because she is looking at putting Dubai, UAE, on the map for both medical tourism and wellness tourism. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think she's at the right place at the right time. So if you'll come up, Linda, I'm going to give you the microphone. And why don't you welcome her with a little bit of applause?
Thank you very much, Susie. Thank you for the very warm welcome. Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Abdullah, and I'm the Acting Director of the Health Tourism Department at the Health Regulation Sector. As Susie said, there are so many opportunities lying out there for different facets for Dubai to grow. And one of them that we realized back in 2012 was medical tourism. So the Crown Prince of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed, at the time initiated the thought process of why don't we start together with the help of the private sector in Dubai as well as the public sector to position Dubai for something new, and that is for medical tourism. The inspiration came from the aim of Dubai, which is always to offer what's new to all those who visit Dubai. So we all the time have tourists, we have great aims. Thank you. We have aims of attracting millions of tourists. By 2020, around 10 million tourists will be visiting Dubai. And we thought that we can have a small percentage of those who are seeking medical and who are seeking a change in them to come here and get that kind of treatment. So in 2012, we started the journey with what I call medical tourism, which is the end of the spectrum. And as Susie said, it involves those medical tourists who would like to get medical treatment and cross borders. Whether it's because the medical treatment they're seeking is not available in their home countries, or because the quality of the medical treatment that they have is not as good as they want, or something that we realized as well with our experience is that some of them travel for the sake of the experience. So they might be having the medical treatment, they might be having the best quality, but they don't have the experience, whether it's for them or for their family and those who are with them. And they come to other countries to seek that kind of experience. And we thought Dubai can start on that. And we started the journey in 2014, and in 2016 we grew and we developed a brand. And the brand reflected really the ethos that we believe in, which is to present that kind of experience to people. We called it the Dubai Health Experience. So medical travel or medical tourism, we tried and we started changing it in the minds of those who seek it, from just being that sad experience of something who's sick, and that picture and image of those people who are tired traveling from one place to another to be in that dull place for their surgeries, etc., to really having an experience. So we started with the help of our strategic partners to position Dubai along these lines. And we grew, and the concept grew from just being medical tourism, which is focusing on hardcore surgeries, and we focused only on 7 areas. Chief among those was orthopedic, dental, dermatology, ophthalmology, IVF, in vitro fertilization, and wellness and healthcare checkups. And we saw how all this was trending and growing. And we thought, why don't we expand the concept from just focusing on medical, the hardcore medical, to actually expanding it to a happier offering, to a happier package, which talks about wellness. And we put under wellness quick aesthetic procedures, non invasive, that involves that change and happy change that they get in very short span of time, along with the wonderful infrastructure that we have in Dubai from those great spas. And the good thing is, those people that we have in the spas, they are licensed by Dubai Health Authority. So we don't have massage therapists who are not vetted for. So it fit the criteria. We're not promoting something that is not medically related. So these people they get licensed by us, they through exams, they're medical in a way or another. So we thought we are going to include those. And then we expanded to the new concept of holistic healing and alternative medicine. And I think my colleague Dr. Hafil will be covering that area. And it's a new area that Dubai is focusing on, alternative medicine, whether it's Ayurveda, homeopathy, etc. And again, it is within a regulated framework, which is something we are very proud of. So whether the facility or the professional or the service that's being offered, they're all regulated. So here we are. We started from medical, and now we're covering the whole spectrum from medical to wellness in a new way of thinking. Today, health tourism in Dubai aims to keep offering what we are within a governance structure of a well-regulated ecosystem. We are aiming to regulate even facilitators. The facilitators are a challenge sometimes because we need to keep the offering of medical and wellness within that image that refrains from commercializing what we are offering to the patients. And this is very important for us, and that is one of our USPs, that Dubai does not commercialize health. On the contrary, we are offering a service and quality and experience to those who seek such things. We've created partnerships, whether it comes between us and the government sector, so DTCM is Dubai Tourism Board is our great ally. And with that, we also offered the medical tourism visa. And we created other partnerships with the private sector. So we're providing now the medical tourism insurance, which covers the complications of unforeseen complications to any treatment that happens in Dubai. We cover with a very low fee this treatment with an insurance, which is something unique and the world does not have it. We also continuously monitor the quality of the health facilities and the services that they offer. This is not done by my team specifically, but it's done within the sector that we work in, as we happen to be under the regulation sector, which is also something very interesting and a different model from what the world looks at medical tourism. Usually they are under the tourism board or under the economic board, but we are under regulation board, and that is to 100% pass the image that Dubai cares about quality and has got the infrastructure to keep it up. We work a lot on B2B, B2C, and C2C initiatives, and we've got our electronic platform, which is a website. It's called dxh.ae, and we have our mobile app DXH, and this is all to facilitate the dispensation of our information in a very timely manner, and people can get it very easily, whatever they want to get it from. Obviously, on our website, you get a lot of packages. Our website does not sell the packages, but rather we only provide the information and we control the transparency of what is offered in these packages. Our new website now will be offering, in addition to all the previously said, we will be offering second medical opinion. So we've been working through our partnerships with the private sector on creating second medical opinion pool of experts. And this will be a free service. It's through multidisciplinary teams, through great teams who will be offering such things. And we're hoping that this can be translated into a trustworthy relationship with the insurance companies in the region, as well as the facilitators and other patients who will be seeking it. And inshallah, it will be translated into tertiary care, and then they'll come to Dubai and actually have it. So this will be all through telemedicine, and it will all be done online, which is really fast and timely. This is just for you to see how our website looks like. The website will offer all the wow factors that are there in Dubai, in addition to what's there for medical and wellness. Few numbers. In 2018, Dubai welcomed 337,000 international tourists, medical tourists that came to Dubai, or health tourists, I'd rather say. And we've got today more than 70 medical facilities that are approved to be within the DXH group. Just to give you a rough idea, we've got around 3,500 health facilities in Dubai, but out of those, there are 70 only that are with us in the DXH group, which we believe they can offer, in addition to just the medical, they can offer as well the experience that we are talking about. On our website, you can check around more than 600 packages. And just a rough number that I'd like you all to know, more than 90% of the hospitals in Dubai are internationally accredited by the Joint Commission International, and that is the highest percentage of accredited hospitals in the world. This is our market focus. The source markets are the Arab and GCC market, in addition to Asia and Europe. And we've got a small percentage that come from Africa, but they are more of medical tourists rather than health tourists. The top 3 specialities that we had in 2018, it was dental, because it became a focus within the health tourism, orthopedic surgeries, and dermatology. The rest are within our focus, but they were not really on the top 3, but they are still a great focus for us. This is just a thought spark for you to know how the growth of percentage of international patients has grown from 2015 to 2018. And before 2015, there were no statistics on health tourism that were done by the Dubai Statistics Center or my team. So my team with the Dubai Statistics Center put a system for properly reporting and analyzing and obviously being able to create those reports. Amna's sitting here with a big grin on her face because it was really a very tedious job to educate our partners and get the right and correct numbers in the end. Was not an easy job to do.
Linda, thank you. Keep going. You have a couple more minutes.
Yes.
Great.
Today's health travelers, this is what they need. They need the experience, they need the change, they need to recuperate. So Dubai offers that. We offer the wellness, the yoga, the health parks. And you know what? Dubai now, with the initiatives of even His Highness, the Crown Prince, where he's dedicated a month in the year for fitness. It's becoming the language. It's not becoming anything that's external. It's very intrinsic within the fabric of the local society now to talk about fitness and health. So when we launched in January 2019 DXH Wellness, I welcome you all to follow us on Instagram, DXH Wellness, follow us on Instagram on DXH Connect. It was fantastic because we invited some key opinion leaders, and we found that the response of the organic posts, which is according to their daily lifestyle, has been great. So wellness is becoming a common language in Dubai and in the Dubai society, and hopefully we can impart that and invite more people from international platforms to come and join us and enjoy Dubai as a wellness destination. The opportunities before us are great. The infrastructure is great. We've got a great support from the higher leadership for continuously presenting what's innovative and new. And what is really amazing in Dubai is that when the private sector supports the governmental initiatives, then the heights that we all achieve are always much, much greater than what we had initially planned for. So, give you a rough idea, we aim to attract by 2021 500,000 medical tourists. We are today at 337,000 medical tourists. So we think we are going to surpass even the number that we had initially aimed for, hopefully by 2021 and everyone's collaboration. You sure? Do I get the video playing? Oh, just to close this, I'll leave you with a small video, which is quite light. And thank you everyone for following.
This is the power of healing.
Thank you, Linda. And this is tell us just a little bit about what we're seeing here. Is this from Dubai?
This is the warmth of caring smiles.
Maybe, Linda, do you want to just tell us what we're seeing here on the video?
This is the synergy of balance. This is the joy of happy endings. This is the harmony of body, mind, and soul. Let the journey begin.
This is in a nutshell what we believe in, that health is a holistic look. It's the mind, heart and soul. It's everything together. It's not just the physical well-being, but when you put it within this right context, then you're really looking at longer term wellness and really a lifetime of health.
Thank you, Linda. I think the Dubai Health Authority, health tourism is in good hands. I'm going to introduce Yasser, and then after that, I'll introduce Andre, and then we'll have a few moments for questions. But I did want you to hear very quickly from the two. So Yasser, I'm going to let you go over, and I think you have a mic, and you're going to do some slides. He is the managing director of Premedian International, and he lives in Germany, and he has worked in China, Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Germany, and I'm sure I've missed a few places. He is a consultant, he has a consulting company. He's done a lot of work in both the wellness space and what's becoming wellness oriented towards medical. And his real passion is innovation. And I think you'll see that he's got some innovative concepts that will be fun to hear about. So, Yasser?
Yeah, hello, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Susie, for the introduction. I would like, before I present today, three different kind of projects in three different continentals, I would like to go through the definitions of health tourism. The health tourism have three main parts. The first part is the medical tourism, medical wellness tourism, and the wellness tourism. In the medical wellness tourism, is the main focus is actually the medicine. If it's surgery, if it's analysis, if it's diagnostic, if it's the second opinion, and the provider or the main provider for the medical wellness is the hospitals, and the main employment there for sure is like doctors, surgery, but also the second part like nurses. Like if we discuss or we speak about who is the leader in this market, the international leader, we found like Germany, Switzerland, Austria is one of the biggest leader in Europe in this market. And we found also that it's Thailand, India, Singapore, and Turkey in the last 5 years make a huge movement in this direction. And Middle East for sure, like Jordanian, it's one of the leader, and sure also UAE. For the wellness tourism, we found that is the main focus in this sector is actually the pampering treatment. If it's Ayurveda, if it's Thai massage, if it's any kind of different of pampering treatment, and the main provider is the spa and wellness centers. Uh, the, between both of them, we found actually is the medical wellness tourism. That means you offer both of them together. You should have like a doctor in the resort, but you should have also the wellness therapist in the resort. And here I will going to present like different projects what we have like worldwide. I will start with one of the project what we have it in Germany. It is in Sylt. It's an island in the north of Germany, and the main focus of the medical wellness concept there it is thalassotherapy. And thalassotherapy in Europe is a little bit different that we know here in the Arab country. It's not only that we have like water pipe or water sea and make the treatment with it. The treatment, or before you do the treatment, you have to make first the analysis by the doctor, and then the doctor give you the treatment. And we have two main parts for the treatment. One of the part is the active part, which the patient with himself go outside and do a lot of sports and fitness activity for breathing and inhalations outside of the resort. And then the passive part, which we do different kind of treatment with the seawater. If it's like underwater massage, if it's like injections with the water gun, if it's knife treatment, different kind of treatment. The duration of the treatment in Germany, it takes around from 2 to 3 hours daily. And the duration of the stay of the client in our resort or in the resort of the Thalasso from 5 to 7 days. And what is good in Germany is that in Germany, the medical insurance pay for this. Like not pay for all the holidays, they pay only for the treatment, and the client pay with themselves for the holiday. This is another project what we have it in China, in Sanyang, with 12,000 square meter thermal spa and TCM spa. We have there 250 employment only for the spa area. The spa is open for 24 hours, and we have 94 treatment rooms. We have around 1,500 visitors a day. 90% of the visitors, they come from outside, and only 10% they come from the Hilton, from the hotels. We cooperate together with Sheraton Hotels and the spa, as you see here in the middle between both of these two buildings. The TCM is little bit different than the thalasso therapy in the way of the duration, in the way of the analysis. With the TCM, the doctor who do the analysis, he don't use any kind of machines or equipment. Use like analysis for the eyes, for the tongues, for the pulse, and after that they give the treatment. The treatment duration of the TCM, it don't take more than 1 hour. So it's like very short and like going like fast with the treatment. Different kind of treatment what we are doing there, if it's acupuncture, if it's Qi, Qigong, cupping, and also we do different kind of MOX therapy, as you could see it here, to treat different kind of pain problem. Like we treat like back pain, neck pain. This is another project what we have it in Alexandria in Egypt, and it was the first medical wellness concept what is started in Egypt with 6,000 square meter, 2 floors. The first floor is prevention, and the second floor is spa and pampering. So when the client comes to us first, he make medical checkup, and after the medical checkup, we decided if they could direction of prevention, of the good direction of rehabilitation and medical. In the medical, we decided to concentrate about 3 directions. First direction is rehabilitation, second one is weight management, and the third one is medical cosmetic. when the client come to us, make different kind of analysis. Most of it is orthopedic analysis to decide which kind of physiotherapy program they should do it. The client by us stay around 3 to 4 weeks. So the longer of the stay of the client in the Reha center is much more longer than in the thalassotherapy and the TCM. Normally, the duration of the treatment a day around 6 hours. Like take like 3 hours like morning and 3 hours afternoon. We do different kind of rehabilitation. We start the first thing with the manual therapy, tractions, electrotherapy, and then we do the main and the basic part. It's the MTT, and this is medicine training therapy, which to bring the client back to the normal life. We do also a lot of therapy in the water. And this is other program what we are doing. It is the weight management program with 3 main parts. The first part is actually the electrotherapy. The second part is the sport, and the third part is the nutrition. I don't believe a lot about the electrotherapy. It's like yo-yo effect. It's like you bring you fast to lose weight, but it's come fast also back. But it's mixed motivations for the patient to start the program and to do the program of the sport and the nutrition. And this is the non-invasive treatment what we are doing in Alexandria. And we do different kind of lifting, forming the lips, forming the chest without any kind of operations. It has also positive part and negative part. The only negative part in this is don't stay for longer time. Like when you take an injection, it stay for 1 year, yeah? But with such kind of treatment, it will stay for 3-4 weeks, and they have to do the treatment again. So if you asked me about the 3 part, like from this treatment, which one is the successful one? I will say like 80% of our clients in Alexandria, they come for the rehabilitation, for the physical rehabilitation, and 15% for the medical beauty, and only 5% they come for the weight management. Here I would like to present like what we saw at the moment, even in Germany, there is a lot of copy-paste from the concept, from the idea. Every spa do similar. They change little bit about the interior design, about the lighting. There is a lot of innovation in the equipment. You could find a lot of new every year, new sauna, new steam baths, new massage bed, but you don't find a new concept, new idea about the spa and wellness. And this is what we are doing in Germany. We make an innovation in new concept, and one of it is the virtual spa and fitness center. And the main reason why we decided to go in this direction, that is the cost of the labor in Austria and Switzerland is very high. So like a fitness trainer like costed around 5,000 francs. So you cannot offer as a spa and fitness to have like more than 2 or 3 in the fitness area. Another problem which all of us have it is very difficult to find like expertise, like a good fitness trainer or wellness. For this reason, we decided to go in the direction of virtual. With the virtual, for example, you go with your mobile to the keyboard, and then you could see the treatment. But you could also make like tele-fitness. That means like a fitness trainer from Germany could give you the exercises and could show you how you do the treatment. And this is like a short movie about it.
Could we have the volume up, please, on the video?
Hi, Brady. Welcome back. How would you like to train today? Choose your session training time. Okay, grab a med ball weight you can work with here for 40 seconds. .340 calories burned, 8 minutes left. doing great. Stay in the zone.
I don't say like such kind of system, it is better than a real fitness trainer who speak with you one-to-one and to touch you and to say to you how to move and to correct you. But it's much better than you don't have anyone at all in the fitness area to have some kind of exercises or systems.
Yasser, you have a couple more minutes, but I did want to just mention this is a big trend with Peloton being in the lead of having virtual classes. I think we're going to see that globally. So, but go ahead. You also have another video, which I think is interesting.
This is another video about it's only not the fitness or not the virtual or the tele-fitness in the fitness classes. It's also in the group classes. So you could have 360 degree room, and you have like a fitness trainer from America or from Germany give you the classes live. I could show you also like one movie about it. Okay, this is another concept what we developed the last months, and the government, the German government, asked us to develop it. It is the gold age spa and wellness. The main reason for this that is more than 40% of the German population, they are over 60. And the senior houses in Germany is overbooked, yeah? And you want to make to them something for the health and wellness. We become now the average to 94 years old in Germany. And for this reason, decided to make like a kind of spa and wellness concept in very small size for the over 60. We concentrate a lot in this direction about rehabilitations, but we concentrate also about medical beauty and anti-aging. As you could see, we do for them different like indoors and outdoors. Mainly is the physiotherapy is the main thing, but we do also a lot of socializations program for them, a lot of thinking about memory, about thinking to keep them fit. This is one of the projects what we do it in Saudi Arabia, and if you could see here in the Arab country, you could find amazing resorts in the desert, like Al Maha in Dubai, couple of resorts also in Oman and Muscat. But I am very sad when you go to this resort. The resort, it's amazing. The concept, it's also amazing. But you go to inside the spa, and they still offer like Ayurveda treatment and Thai massage and so on. I'm not against such kind of treatment. It's amazing. But we need something authentic to our countries. And for this reason, we decided to offer from this area, from the nature, different kind of treatment. When we looked at the nature, we found dattles, we found sand, we found camel milk, we found coffee, and from such kind of product, we start to make the treatment, like treatment in the sand, bass milk, and dattles peeling. Thank you so much.
Yasser, thank you very much. And while you're coming down and Andre is going up, I'll just also mention that Yasser has done a beer spa, a wine spa, floating spa, alternative medicine spa. He's done a lot of very interesting, innovative things. So, Andre, let me introduce you. And do you want to do? Yeah. Okay. So while he's getting mic'd, Andre is the group CEO at MedCare Hospitals and Medical Centers And he is going to really talk with us about the state of medical tourism from the CEO perspective. He was in the insurance field for 15 years ago, and he's the one that introduced the national ID as a primary means of accessing health care. And he now leads the development and implementation of business strategies. So we are very much looking forward to hearing from the CEO perspective the state of medical tourism. Andre Daoud.
Thank you. Very good morning, everyone. And for those who are not from Dubai, welcome to Dubai. So, as you heard, I'm Andre. I've been in my current role for 7 months now, leading Medcare. Medcare is a primary healthcare, premium healthcare network of hospitals and clinics. So we have 4 hospitals, around 300 beds, and 15 clinics around Dubai. To put it into perspective, we have 350 doctors, fully employed, full-time employed. We have around 700 nurses and a workforce of 2,000 people. We have multi-specialty hospitals and specialty hospitals as well. I would like to build on what Linda was saying initially, and we work very closely with the Dubai Health Authority. Medical tourism is not a standalone activity that one should do. It's an entire ecosystem that one should look at it with a 360 view. And it's about people, process, and the right tools. Today, if you take one item and you put it out of context, and let's say you have the best specialty, but you don't have the peripherals that today complement that specialty, medical tourism will not happen. And if you take Dubai today as the medical hub, as a medical tourism hub, so you have the entire spectrum within the Dubai vicinity. You can get clinical excellence, but also you get the whole other lot when you come to Dubai. Now we need to step a little bit out of Dubai, and what do we offer? So there is the clinical pillar, and there is the concierge pillar. And at Medcare, what we're doing today is we're looking at both. We have the clinical excellence, but we're refining and defining new products that cater to patients from door to door, airport to airport services with the whole lot of concierge. And you have different types of medical tourism. We have people who come on emergency from Africa, for example. Those patients' requirements are far different from someone coming on elective basis for cosmetic purposes, for example. So what we've done is we've built an entire concierge concept that we call airport to airport, whereby if we're receiving an emergency with collaboration with Dubai Health Authority, we get all the requirements in terms of medical visa, the gate pass at the airport, the ambulance to pick up the patient. If he has accompanying relatives, we do all the hotel bookings, we do all the taxi bookings that they need. Moreover, what we've done, we wanted to go one step forward. And now we have, for example, representatives in the UK, in London. They are connecting with travel agents and assistance companies, multinationals, that are based out of London. And now we have a single point of contact, for example, in London for those companies. And whenever someone needs to be evac'd here, that single point of contact arranges everything. We're also now, in the next few months, deploying a web-enabled portal. So as a multinational sitting somewhere, you can post a case on that portal. What we do, we receive the case, we do the end-to-end. One of the mega challenges those companies were facing was the inability of accessing the data and the progress reports. So what we've done, we've established a full team within Medcare that is able to provide progress report. We push information, and they don't have to pull the information. We do push the information. Yeah. We do push the information when historically they had, I'm very modern, they had to follow up to get that info. And it's about an entire seamless journey that starts from the time the patient lands in here to the time where he's put back on an airplane and sent back, whether electively or in an emergency. The role that Dubai has been playing and Dubai Health Authority and the collaboration between the private and public sector is instrumental for medical tourism to succeed. None of both can achieve much if they don't work in tandem and in synergy together. And Dubai has been at the forefront in terms of collaboration. And the beauty of it is the regulator actually hammers the private sector to come on board and get to attract more patients. So there is this drive, there is this passion that is driving the whole lot around medical tourism. And from a private perspective, we've seen a hike, and it's been consistently ongoing. I think Linda mentioned 10 million, and the aim, she said a small percentage. Basically, I think we're aiming at 500,000 at least by the end of the year 2019, correct me if I'm wrong, hopefully with a hike of 35% in medical tourism. And it works vice versa. So when you have tourists, you can capitalize on the medical side, and when you have the medical tourism, you also capitalize on the leisure tourism. And this is where the Dubai Tourism Department with DHA and the private sector are all complementing each other in terms of offering that seamless journey to patients who are coming here. Moreover, with the regulator, the private sector is traveling abroad, and the visibility is needed because for those who haven't visited, they don't know. So we need to be ambassadors today of our brand and go really beyond. You cannot do travel tourism while sitting in your own geography. You must create ambassadors. Hence, we have a plan in terms of participating globally in forums where we're able to speak, demonstrate, and showcase the capabilities that we can bring. It is important to build centers of excellence as well. So multi-speciality is good, but once you have a center of excellence in a given area where that area is niche, it becomes more attractive. And a center of excellence is not having an orthopedic hospital with an ortho doctor. It's having the full spectrum of what one patient may need to be able to cater for a one-stop shop for the patients coming in. Anyway, there isn't much more to say. I think one should treat medical tourism as a specific line of business. We should invest in medical tourism, and this is what we're doing. We should put the right people, the right resources, and the right tool in place, and it cannot be an opportunistic drive. It requires a lot of talent, it requires a lot of focus, and it requires a lot of attention and must be treated. Hence, for me, in our organization, we have built a line of business, if I may call it so, which is around medical tourism. And we have the clinical aspect, and then we have the concierge aspect. So I don't want to take more of your time. I just wanted to share with you our vision in terms of how we move with medical tourism. I'll be available to answer any of your questions, and thank you very much.
Are there any questions that we can address at this point? Yes. Tell us who you are and what question you have. Go ahead and stand up.
I'm Dr. Anil Bankar, working with the Global Medical Services as a US-based company. My question is related to insurance. Now, you also mentioned about that the insurance company is not coming up and flourishing the medical tourism business. So, what is the reason? Because it is a win-win situation for medical tourism company as well as the healthcare service provider. So, what is the reason they are not coming up with a good solution for medical tourism?
So that might be a good question for you, Andre. Insurance, how does that work here in this area? And how are the insurance companies involved or not involved?
So I'll look at it from an outside of geography perspective. And you have insurers that cover expatriate employees across the globe, right? So if I take Africa in connection with Dubai, whenever one of those patients needs treatment, usually what they do is they transport or they airlift sometimes the patient towards the nearest medical center of excellence. And today Dubai is the nearest medical center of excellence. So we have a lot of direct contracts with insurers globally, whereby we admit patients on what we call cashless basis, direct billing basis. And we do offer competitive prices when they are in contract with us. So admission happens seamlessly, and payment happens after discharge of the patient with a certain grace period. So there's a lot of correlation between the insurance segment and the medical tourism. I
Thank
hope I answered your question.
Thank you. Do you want to add anything, Abhishek or Yasser or Linda? Anything about insurance? Okay, we have time for one more question, and then I'm going to introduce Samir. So, next question. Yes, please stand up, tell us who you are, and what is your question?
Yes, hello. My name is Amadaya. I come from Slovenia and I have a question for Dr. Yasser. You spoke that 40% in the Germany there are elderly, like 60 plus, and that you have like special resorts for them available to come since the places are crowded, right? Now the question is, are you sponsored by the government in that field, and how many of the elderly population can actually afford to go to those places instead of homes?
Good question, Yasser.
Yeah, in Germany we have two different kind of insurance for the over 60. We have the private insurance, which they pay like a good amount of money, so we could offer such kind of client, and we have the social. The social they pay around 3,000 euro a month for the client, and they cannot offer to go to such a resort. But what we are doing at the moment, and this concept, what I showed, it's not to make this concept in the resort only. It is to make it also in the senior housing. So every senior housing, the private senior housing in the future, will have such kind of prevention center with around 1,000 square meter.
Good question. Thank you for that. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Samir Aurora. He is the general manager of the Retreat Palm Dubai, which is known as really the first holistic well-being resort here in Dubai. And he has a major background of hospitality and wellness, 20 of international industry experience in Asia and the GCC. So please welcome Samir Aurora.
As Susie introduced me, I'm the general manager for the M Gallery Resort on the Palm. I'm very new to the industry. I've just done 3 years when it comes to wellness tourism. Yes, I got 20 years experience in running hotels. So just bear with me if I don't have enough information for your questions. All right. So as I said, we're the first region's first holistic well-being resort, which we opened. It's called the Retreat on the Palm. We're actually part of the M Gallery by Sofitel. It's a Serenity collection. So they have three parts of M Gallery. Serenity is obviously well-being, and we're the first one in the region. Our purpose is to educate all our guests on wellness. We don't call ourselves hardcore wellness resort compared to resorts like Shiva Som or Kamalaya or Anandas. All right, they're hardcore wellness resorts. We call ourselves as the introduction to wellness. Yeah, so the region is fairly new to this concept, so that's why we're taking baby steps. We're not going full hard on wellness. All right. So yeah, we take a 360 holistic approach when it comes to wellness solutions. We have programs encompassing all body, mind, and soul. These are our strategic partners. So we're part of DXH, as Linda mentioned. We're also part of the Healing Hotels of the World from Germany and the German Medical Wellness Association. So our story is actually a balance between holistic well-being and Dubai's vibrant energy. As I mentioned, we're not very hardcore wellness resorts, so we don't take your technology away, or we don't let you not access your emails, etc., etc. We let you have all those privileges because we want you to take your wellness experience beyond the hotel and then encompass that into your lifestyles. Um, we also have normal facilities for the other guests, non-wellness guests. We invite both. We accept both guests, wellness and non-wellness. So we have facilities for both guests in the hotel. So this some wellness touches we have in the hotel. Um, we actually do a welcome ritual with a wellness gift, which is based on aromatherapy and color therapy. We have juice by the hour, so we create juices involving ingredients which is most suited for you at that particular hour. We have wellness library in the hotel. We have turn down services where we offer wellness tips to the guests. We have wellness mantras, bath ritual within the rooms, and inspired by her concept. We also have gone to have all the features of wellness within the hotel. So when the building was being built, it was built around Feng Shui concept. So there are lots and lots of open areas, lots and lots of green areas, natural light, a lot of curved edges with all around the hotel. We also have organic minibar within the hotel, bathroom amenities which are organic and kids friendly, wellness music. We have 100% organic Egyptian linen within the hotel, and we have lots and lots of wellness and fitness activities for guests. We also have in-room dining, paleo and vegan items on the room service menu. So our wellness center is called Raya. Raya in Arabic means breeze from the sea. It is a name which was given by our owners, His Highness Sheikh Rashid Al Noemi from Ajman. They're the rulers of Ajman. And Sheikh are very passionate about wellness. And that's one of the reasons we're insisting on the concept. I think my colleague was mentioning yesterday, it's what comes from profit or the wellness. So yeah, we have wellness before profits so far. All right. Hopefully we'll be able to sustain that. We have a full wellness team within the hotel. We have a wellness chef, nutritionists, NLP coaches, naturopaths, and lifestyle coaches. We also have a doctor on call if there is a need for doctor to come on board. Wellness center facilities are consultation rooms. We have a lounge, oxygen infused relaxation rooms, cryotherapy room, quartz crystal suites, an extensive spa facilities separate for male and female, sauna, steam, hammam, experience showers, and beauty salon with an atelier for males. So our retreats are, we have 6 retreats, going on to 8 later. So these are detox and cleanse retreat, yoga and mindfulness, emotional well-being, spa well-being, fitness, and weight management, which is both weight gain and weight loss. All right, so they range from 3, 5, 7, and 10, 14 nights, and they're fully inclusive, full board retreats where we literally handhold all our guests. They're very personalized. We do rigorous pre-screening. We get the medical records. We encourage the guests to do blood tests. We have just recently introduced DNA testing within the hotel. So if you're coming on a retreat, we actually let the guests have DNA or genetic testing done before they arrive in the hotel. So all our tailoring is very evidence-based. The other wellness solutions we offer, apart from 350 a la carte items on the menu, are obviously month-long weight loss, anti-aging, 3 to 5 day juice cleanse, detox, We offer wellness corporate workshops. We've just concluded a major one with Dew. Dew is one of a major telecom operator in the region. We do healthy meal plans, consultation on wellness and nutrition, coaching programs, EFT, NLP, manipulative therapies, energy healing, crystal ball healing. We have yoga, yogist on board. Person does various yoga programs within the resort, meditation and sound therapy. So our approach in the spa is very much farm to spa. So we incorporate a lot of natural ingredients, preferably fresh, if not organic, and healthy. Our locally inspired treatments, which is 1000 Arabian Night, that is sand-based treatment. I think one of my colleagues was mentioning that there's nothing which is localized. So that's one treatment we have which is localized. We have cryoliposis. So we have 2 machines which helps you lose weight quickly. Yeah. Dermapod, Quad Suite, detoxification treatments, and signature facial treatments within the hotel. Obviously, we have fitness and recreation complementing our wellness programs. All right, and we've just recently partnered with a high-profile personal training company out of Italy called iPersonal Trainer. He's a Formula One driver who's come on board to deliver highly personalized and very effective fitness programs within the hotel. As I've just mentioned, that we have introduced DNA or genetic based testing within the hotel. So if you book our rooms through our website, or we come for a Saturday detox brunch, we offer the testing for free. Again, it's very simple. I'm sure you know how genetic testing is done. Saliva based. You just take a saliva sample and we provide you results within 48 to 72 hours.
Wow.
All right. And
That's pretty
so far, we are we're looking at 4 areas, which is weight loss, anti-aging, nutrition management, and food intolerance. Obviously, our food and beverage approach within the hotel is again very healthy. So if we come to our buffets, it's a 70-30 approach, where 70% is all healthy, vegan, paleo, and dishes on one side, and 30% is normal comfort food. Yeah, so our all-day dining is vegan, paleo-friendly restaurant. Social kitchen, which is the healthiest of Levant. So we take dishes from all our Levant region and prepare them in a very healthy way. Also incorporates Emirati dishes and local GCC inspired dishes. Ripple's Juice Bar is again a very healthy juice bar where we do lots and lots of freshly squeezed juices and different concoctions for the guests to. Concoctions can be between vegetables and fruits and spices. We use organic coffee within the hotel. All our juices are cold pressed juices, and we have 100% healthy and healthy afternoon tea for ladies.
Samir, just a couple more minutes. And
Yeah.
By the way, I have been to the retreat, and it is really quite extraordinary. So
Thank you. Excellent. And that's about it. If you have any questions for me, I'm happy to take them.
well, thank you very much. Thank you, Samir. And now I'm going to introduce Dr. Hafeel Ambalath, and he is going to talk about Ayurveda, because Ayurveda is becoming wildly popular, and he's going to address what travel professionals should know. So I think he's going to get hooked up, and then he'll come up and I'll just tell you a little bit about him. He's a fourth generation Ayurvedic physician, and I understand a very, very good one. And he's a visionary researcher in the field of integrative care. And he's, from what I heard, we got together last night, all of us, so we learned a little bit about each other. And he is very serious about what he does. And apparently he gets very good results. So I'm anxious to hear what he's going to talk about. And are you all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to turn it over to Hafeel.
Basically, I'm odd one in the group. I'm a practitioner generally, but my role was to explain what Ayurveda is all about so that travel professionals can have an understanding about it. We have a small model. We would like to call it as a micro model where Ayurveda and other integrative systems are practiced in a family, as a family health clinic. That's what we do. Now let's get into what Ayurveda is. Okay, Ayurveda's the core is built on wellness. So I understand Ayurveda as an insider, but wellness is the core of it. So we don't understand wellness as a separate thing. Wellness is a part of the entire ecosystem of Ayurveda. That's how it is being even taught in the basics. So it's as the name suggests, and it is coming from India and part of Sri Lanka and Kashmir. This is a place where this is originated, and it has grown all over the world now. And the entire objective is a personal wellness, how you can protect the health from within. So this is how the Ayurveda is being told as a practical science. And it's a whole life science, and it is completely based on an individual healthcare. And it believes that health is not what you can shop for. Health has to be protected, you are born with. So the only way to do is that you maintain and protect. That's how the Ayurveda understands as a health and wellness. And believe it or not, this is the first system in the world which has got a codified understanding, which is scientifically codified all the aspects of healthcare, starting from the personal healthcare to chronic disorders, and beyond that, how to prevent your early aging processes and how to improve your immunity and etc. etc. So we have a one step beyond the healthcare, which is being accepted now as a rejuvenation therapies and how to do anti-aging in an organic way. So this is also part and parcel of Ayurveda. Now, when we say there are few words which you usually frequently heard along with the Ayurveda, one is cleansing. So we call Panchakarma because it's a therapeutic aspect of Ayurveda, or it's a core of the management of health management, is based on the principles of Panchakarma, how you cleanse your body in 5 various ways. So that is what Panchakarma is all about. So that's what you are going to. This is a surgical procedure of Ayurveda, if I may roughly translate to the medical profession. Now again, if you go deeper, you will hear the word called Chikitsa, which is basically the management of the diseases. If there are imbalances which are termed as diseases, that has been managed using the natural resources. So this is what called as Chikitsa. So which also opens up the large avenue of how the diseases are being managed in an individual or in expert care way. So that is also part of the word which you may hear. Then balancing. Balancing is, there are issues in the body on a day-to-day life or a seasonal basis or age-based changes which is happening in the body which may have to be balanced. You can do it in both ways, either a personal way of caring about it, or you go to an expert and they try to balance it for you. So it is not a trick, it is basically based on lifestyle management, resources, how to eat, how not to eat, etc. etc. So balancing is another word which you may come across. We also have a gamut of non-material based management of the health or imbalances. So even a simple fasting, which is not based on any material dose of medicine or resources, this is one way of managing it. Yoga, breathing techniques, everything is involved in Ayurveda in a non-material side of treatment as well. So that is a non-material management of Ayurvedic therapies. Now, as you heard that this is becoming popular, but we don't believe that Ayurveda is trending, but Ayurveda is relevant yesterday, today and tomorrow, because that is how the things are being looked at as a philosophy of health. So it is contemporarily very, very, very relevant. So day by day, its relevance in personalized healthcare approaches are going up. So which means that whoever is looking at wellness, they cannot neglect the role of traditional wisdom in healthcare, because that is the truth. Finally, end of the day, that is the truth. They say don't eat more. So this is not a scientific paper which I have to tell you that don't eat more. But the traditions have already understood. Some of the traditions have scientifically explained what is going to happen. So finally, end of the day, we are revolving around the same issues of lifestyle, diet related management. So you have to listen to, or whichever zone you are from, whichever area of geographical area you are from, there will be traditional wisdom that you need to take it up very seriously. Like my friend has here explained, that you need to involve what the local knowledge or traditional knowledge or cultural perspectives about health, eating habit and etc. that has to be incorporated. Ayurveda is the best example for this. Now it has reached more than 100 countries, but painfully some places it is known as a massage, which we need to discuss in detail, but it's not a massage, but it has been practiced in various forms in different countries. Now, this is also tomorrow's promise, as I said. This advocates maintenance as a regular activity. So, wellness or business first, it is also business, because there is always, the people requires this. When you educate, the people search for it again and again. So, there is a maintenance as a regular activity, it is being told. Then strong interventions in rejuvenation, chronic diseases, post-treatment rehabilitation and aging. These are the key areas of Ayurveda. There is no other science which has told 3000 years back. These are the real pillars which you need to seriously looking into. So it has got a sound tradition, but it all depends on what facility you are in and how you are perceiving it. Do you want to put it to the massage room, or you want to take it as a wellness element of it, as a core which you can build around? So this has to be taken seriously. And I believe, and we believe because we are one of the example, rejuvenation, chronic diseases, post-treatment rehabilitation, aging, this is what we do in our day-to-day life in the clinic, and we are busy. Then strong footage in immunity building approaches. So this is what is today and tomorrow is all about. You have taken care of disease with this medicine, this surgery and etc. But why question is being repeated on a daily life. Science is still asking why and why and why. So why finally is entering into a field that the cure has to come from your own core. It is not somewhere else. So health has to be maintained. Health has to be protected. You cannot shop for the health. So why the disease is happening? Why you are becoming a part, or why you are becoming a place where the disease is coming and manifesting? So that Ayurveda says that immunities or the bala or your inner core has to be strengthened. How do you strengthen your inner core? You cannot go and shop for some inner core or an immunity. It has to be by facilitating your body's own wisdom how to do this, the process. That you look deep into the traditions, you will see how it is being told. And again, it is all by perspective how you take it. You want to have a pampering mode, or you want to have a wellness mode, or you want to have a serious healthcare mode. Then you look at, you will understand that perspective. So I'm talking from a practitioner's perspective. That is where it is all about. It is immunity based. Everything is immunity based approach. And as a practitioner, your role is to make sure that you are facilitating better to get this immunity work for you. That's the only way. So that is the only tomorrow, and believe me, that is the only truth. Now, Dubai as a wellness hub, which Linda has given you a full description about it, but I just want to go ahead again and tell you from a perspective of a practitioner. Dubai, from an Ayurvedic perspective, it's close to the hotspots of Ayurveda. So which means it has got two implications: the resources, then the human power. So we are very close in Dubai. So these things we can get in hours. We are not away from the hotspots, 3 hours away. Then we also have a practitioner resources here. We are around 400 people have been licensed by the country, which is one of the unique system in the world, where 400 TCAM practitioners are, approximately 400 TCAM practitioners, where traditional complementary alternative medicine practitioners are available in Dubai. So we have a human resource expertise. Then environmental factors. We have very hot summer, 2-3 months. We can say, as per Ayurvedic way of understanding, it is a good place to also do the treatment because the seasons are also favorable. Then strategic location, infrastructure, and a traditional and modern bridging, which is very rare to see. Sometimes we take a modern route very heavily and we neglect. But there is a constant effort which is inbuilt into the vision that how you bridge the culture into the modernity, because that is very important for a traditional medicine to grow in its real form. Otherwise, you rip off one part of the traditional medicine, you say this is something to do, apply on your face, and this is Ayurveda all about, or this is Chinese medicine all about. No. You need to look at how the traditions are and their epistemological understanding, how the science is being evolved. So if there is a place, there is a bridging across a modernity and tradition, and that is the place this kind of science will grow. This is what is understood. So this part, this element is inbuilt into Dubai's vision. So that makes also very happy that this is a place to grow. Now again, okay. So it is a regulated practice. Again, quote unquote, it's a regulated practice. A shopper can come in and safely buy the things from here because somebody is watching. Experts are watching. So it's a regulated system of healthcare as per the Dubai. Believe me, this is one of the best model you can ever see in the world, other than the in-situ development or wherever it is originated. Outside India, outside Sri Lanka, this is one of the best model how the practitioners and the system is being screened for a practice or to put into a public healthcare system, and we are the best model in Dubai. So it's a regulated thing. So you can come and shop safe. And we have highly dynamic health regulation system. Sorry for people like, thanks for people like Linda, and sorry for repeating this. But there is always a dynamic way of looking at a health regulation. So we are not rigid, we are not stagnant. We are, or these people are looking into each and every possibilities on a daily basis and transforming and adding on to how to get the best for the people in Dubai. So it's a dynamic system of regulation which is happening in Dubai Health Authority. So that is one of the things which is favoring our growth. And as I told you, everything is inbuilt in the long-term vision of the development. Health is not seen as separate, happiness is not separate, wellness is not seen as a separate. It is an inbuilt vision of the country. So that also makes it very, very important for Dubai as a wellness hub. Now, I was asked to give you tips about Ayurveda for the traveling professionals. See, Ayurveda is not a trick, or it's not a magic, or it's not a pill. It is a system. It is a lifestyle modification, or to a certain extent, it has to work on your mind. Your perspectives are changed towards a healthcare. So it is, we always suggest don't go for a 1 day journey or 2 day journey in Ayurveda, and Ayurveda get a bad name also, and you also get a bad name as a facilitator. So you should go for not less than 7, as my friend already suggested. It shouldn't be looking at anything less than 7 if they want to experience Ayurveda. And benefits goes beyond the feel-good factor. Ayurveda is not a massage. Ayurveda is not a pampering. Ayurveda is a science by itself. It's a healthcare system, a healthcare tradition. So it is beyond the feel-good factor. So you need to orient the people in such a, or the people, you need to take the people through an experience where their perspectives are changed. For that, you need certain time and resources, and best people are on board and resources are on board. And Ayurveda, as I said, it's a standalone system itself. So you can package the things around Ayurveda. You don't need that and this thing because it's a standalone system. If at all you are looking at that chance, and you will be very innovative in this region. Now again, it's a well-oriented, well-catered person is your lifetime buy-in. This is a proven case. If somebody buys Ayurveda into the heart as a lifestyle modification, then you are having a lifetime customer. This is a proven fact because that encompassing it is. Then usual buyers in the region whom we come across or my colleagues come across are the people they are coming for cleansing and rejuvenation. These are the two things. Then diseases comes next. We are just becoming popular. This method is becoming popular, or the awareness has to go. But as of as of now, it is cleansing and rejuvenation is one of the key areas which they are seeking for. Am I done? No. Okay. Now, as a word of caution, you need to have a periodic auditing at a provider level and a feedback from your customers, because we have a lot of bad name as well. So this is something which you need to be controlled about. Cleanliness, or pushing in unwanted therapies and etc. etc. So you need to have some kind of an auditing happening if you want to sustain. Now, as I told you, there are few terminologies, then I will be done. Panchakarma, which I have told you, these are 5 cleansing therapies. There are people, they're doing it for 5 days, 5 karmas, but that doesn't exist. This is something kind of somebody's crazy ideas. But Panchakarma is a long process, but some of them can be done in 7 days time. Not everything can be done. So these are the packaging terminologies. If you want to be authentic, you need to be careful about. So one of the terminology usually used is Panchakarma. Yoga is an offshoot of Ayurvedic, same school of thought. Abhyanga, Urichil and Pirichil and Kiri, these are the traditional therapies which has been done as Ayurveda, but that is an offshoot of this Panchakarma as a preparatory and etc. Then Pathyam and diet. Diet and lifestyle management is one of the big thing in Ayurveda, or it's one of the core pillar of Ayurveda. This is some terminologies you will hear, but this has to be parcel of your Ayurvedic services. Kerala is one region which you will hear about. Kerala and its traditions are very authentic, which has been the cradle of Ayurveda for centuries together. So this is supposed to be one of the authentic traditions which Ayurveda is being live, and it has been taught and it has been practiced. So these are the terminologies you may come across again. Thank you. Now you can clap.
Thank you so much, Hafeel. Thank you. Well, I wish that every Ayurvedic doctor was like you around the world. We would have a lot of success. I'm going to change the schedule a little bit. I'm going to introduce Abhishek, and then I'm going to ask Maria to do her meditation with us. And then at the end, we'll do a panel. And I'm going to ask Samir and Hafeel to come up when we do the panel so that we'll all be here. So let me introduce Abhishek Jain, Dr. Abhishek Jain, VP International Operations for WTS International. He has a degree in integrative medicine, a master's in hospital and health systems management, and he has a lot of interesting background, the Body Holiday in St. Lucia in the Caribbean. He was with ESPA at the Leela Palace in India. He has worked primarily in Asia and the Middle East. And I think some of his insights are really very interesting. So, Abhishek, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Susie, for the kind introduction. And thank you to the audience for staying this long for the session. And I know a few people just walked in. My presentation is in 2 parts. The first 2 slides is on the company that I work with, WTS International. And I tried to customize the next slides for the audience, that is the travel trade and travel professionals. So hopefully you'll find it useful, and then we'll have the panel at the end to take up the questions as you may have. The topic for today I'm speaking on is the understanding integrative wellness and what consumers want. So first of all, the company I work with, WTS International, is one of the world's largest and most diversified consulting and management firms when it comes to spas, fitness, wellness, leisure, and the lifestyle space. We are headquartered in US with regional offices in New Delhi, Dubai, and London. In the field for 45 plus years, so we are seeing a lot of requests when it comes to the traditional spas, the medical and the integrative wellness fields. And what we have realized in the last 5 years or so, that clients are increasingly looking for something between the traditional spa settings and the modern clinical settings, what we are trying to kind of term it as integrative wellness. Now, I'm being very careful here that wellness has so many different interpretations. People take it the way they wish to, and there's no set definition for everything. But what we have tried to do here is define integrative wellness, which can be broadly said as the charm of holistic treatment approaches plus the vigor of non-invasive evidence-based medicine. So meaning it's somewhere in between the the traditional holistic approach and also in between the vigor of non-invasive clinical treatments. That's how the melange of the two, what we're calling as integrative wellness. Our clients include a whole spectrum of ranging from hotels and resorts to high-rise and community residential, exclusive clubs and real estate developments. Prior to the opening, we provide the need analysis study, brand and concept planning, and complete design consulting services. And as a full service consultant, we provide the menu development, staff selection, training, retail product selection, and the entire SOPs, the standard operating procedures. Once the facility is open, we provide the management and operational consulting services. So now, quickly moving on to the next slide, what exactly are the consumers looking for, and what are the examples of integration of wellness into some of the leading brands? I think all of us know that Hyatt had acquired the Miraval Group and the Life and Wellness Spa brand. Miraval was a renowned provider of wellness and mindful experiences with a flagship property in Tucson in Arizona and was considered one of the US leading wellness resorts. When they acquired it, their CEO Mark Hoplemazen said that it reflects our commitment to super serving the high-end traveler, and he added, we know that wellness is becoming an area which is increasingly important to our guests. So by acquiring Miraval, what they did is that they acquired the belief that wellness is more than fitness and nutrition, it's a lifestyle. Next was the acquiring of Exhale, and Exhale was a company that was founded in 2002. It had 25 locations throughout the United States and Caribbean, which offered boutique wellness classes and spa services. And again, it is now expanding into resort settings after the acquisition. To continue the examples, Singapore Airlines and Canyon Ranch. I think most of the travel professionals would know this, but just to re-emphasize that Singapore Airlines launched one of the world's longest flight routes in October 2018, and it was for business and premium economy. And what they did is they partnered with Canyon Ranch, which again, as you know, is a leading provider of wellness in US. The focus was to bring to the passenger well-being, rest and relaxation on its 3 non-stop flights to US in particular. And what happened in December 2017, that there was a whole meeting with the wellness architects with a team of experts on nutrition, on exercise, and on integrative medicine. And what they did is they developed strategic science-based approaches to make sure that passengers, as they travel on these 17, 18-hour flights, they're getting sleep, they're getting better meal choices, and they're getting some new exercises to stay healthy as they pass time during the flight. And I think it is a good example of how people are bringing wellness not into just the leading brands, but also into the travel. Now next is Viveri, which is rebranded as Simply Well. So what happened is Viveri was a leader in workplace wellness technology, and then they branded themselves into Simply Well, which is a health and wellness company with impeccable reputation for excellence. And a recent example is Cathay Pacific. Cathay Pacific has recently opened in its business class lounge at the Pier in Hong Kong, what is called a Sanctuary by Pure Yoga. It is a 700 square feet space divided into 2 zones, a body sanctuary and a mind sanctuary. Body sanctuary deals with yoga, and mind sanctuary is where people can meditate, focus and calm the mind. We are going to do that mindfulness just after my talk. Their CEO again said that the company is simply responding to consumer demand, and that's why they are doing things of this nature. Now, what they want we understand, but why do they exactly want it? Is there a research that proves this? Is there some sort of knowledge base that exists? So this is my attempt to address some of those aspects. There are studies conducted which are revealing that there is growing importance of wellness and well-being. We know it from the common sense, but there is a body of study which is proving that. So there was a study done by Edelman Wellness 360 where they said that well-being is no longer a health measure, it's a life measure. People are going beyond doctor's visit, clinics and gym memberships. There's a growing sense of mindfulness, which is bringing the mind and the mind-body aspects of health into the norm. And this is beyond muscle and organic mechanics. It's on subtle aspects. And it's a great opportunity for people who are trying to market and package the delivery of these services. The next is the now movement. So there is a whole school of thought which talks about be in the moment, how can you mix the traditions, how can you have a greater opportunity to connect with the consumers who attach great personal meaning to their health and ultimately to the potential. Soul Cycle is another great example. What they do is this brand actually vets the traditional fitness with elements of Eastern spirituality. And what they do is, without trying to be religious, there are micro congregations that happen at the Soul Cycle and Equinox. And what they do is they celebrate each other's desire to be healthier and happier towards a spiritual win situation. And that's a very good trend which is coming up. How do these trends and requirements impact the travel professional? So first of all, in my opinion, it is a disruptive force. Why? Because for consumers, the rise of wellness culture, it means embracing a personal sense of integrated well-being, while for brands, the wellness culture is a disruptive force because it is causing the companies to reorient their whole value. And I know Susie was talking about Weight Watchers as an example when we were at dinner yesterday. So what it is doing is actually the disruption is that the whole wellness ecosystem is designed to empower the consumers over the brand. It's not the brand over consumers, it's the consumer over the brands. So as a result, if a wellness brand misleads or disappoints the consumer, they will not see that consumer again. However, if you get it right, then they become your permanent customer. As my colleague was saying, they are like, there is a whole repetition of business, they keep coming and you get the longevity in business. There is a lot of opportunity for innovation because although we talk about it, there is a lot of developments happening, as my colleague said earlier, and I think the facets which need to be looked at while innovating this would be on the culture, the society, and the economics, so that whatever you're doing addresses these three, the triad, and that's what is going to be the future innovation. Some of it was shown in those beautiful videos that you saw. In the healthcare, I think what Linda and others are doing is really great, and I think where we are moving towards is taking a cue from the high-end retail experiences when you go to these malls and high-end retail. Something similar is coming into medical and wellness, where we are creating more efficient hospital check-in processes, or it could be utilizing electronic health records to better engage the patients and therapies. So that is also happening. And in the DNA, and I know this topic was talked about, the whole purpose before profit cliche. So I think the bottom line is that when you define some of these wellness places or do your project, initially it has to be that the purpose governs your ideology until such time that you are able to reap up the benefits. So what I'm really saying is that purpose has to be at the core as you design and develop it, and ultimately it will reach into profit. To continue, there is a whole opportunity of value addition when it comes to these innovative service offerings, and some of the researches was published in Economics and Management magazine published from Lithuania, where they said that the innovative value for consumers is shaped on the ground of value extension through product, place, and promotion. So there has to be, again, a balance between product, place, and promotion, and that's where the value addition comes into place. The findings suggested that wherever there is a gap in either the process or pricing, the project doesn't do really well. And there is a whole model which is given on the psychological well-being. I know Susie's institute, the Global Wellness Institute, emphasizes a lot on the mental wellness, which is coming up in a big way. And in the Journal of Hospitality, Tourism and Research, they talked about the whole characteristics of a wellness destination. What is that defines a wellness destination so that a travel professional can really say this is true wellness to not so much of a true wellness. And it boiled down to something called as a self-determination theory, where they used to identify the necessary conditions that promote subjective well-being, and focus group sessions were then conducted to evaluate the whole SDT phenomenon in a wellness facility. And what was proposed is that it is not just about the external environment or the wellness facility, it has to be the ideal guest experience at various touch points. Again, to give a reference, and Bhutan comes to mind, I was with my colleague yesterday visiting the Bhutan stall. We were talking about it during dinner. Right from the point you arrive to the person at the immigration, to the taxi driver, it's in the air, it's in the atmosphere. And that's how you get the entire experience of the touch point and the whole experience. And I think the emphasis, what I'm saying here is, it's about the staff-guest interaction. It's about voluntary participation in novel and engaging activities in the context of what the daily schedule looks like, encouraging the mindfulness practices, the guest camaraderie, and enhanced competence and confidence overall as the end result of your stay. And that's what is very, very important.
Abhishek, about 1 minute left.
Okay. So very quickly on the insurance coverage part, the whole point about wellness coaching, it's an evolving field. The cost of availing these benefits are free wherever the cashless exists, and the schemes are mutually beneficial. In the consumer trends, I would say that corporate wellness, spa and wellness therapies, and the whole wellness holidays are the upcoming trends. And just the last slide, some of the projects that WTS has done recently and ongoing on integrative wellness. 3 come to mind. One is Modi Yoga Retreat at the birthplace of yoga in Rishikesh, India. Proud to say it opened successfully just earlier this month in April. We are doing a Trump project in Lido, Indonesia, which is going to be on integrative wellness, supposed to open in 2020, late 2020. And we did a whole feasibility study and concept for Lake Nona, which is a master plan community in Florida, again opening in 2020. So with those words, I wish to thank you for your attention and look forward to the questions during the panel discussion.